are found in flames. This right here is an embodied form of the violet ray spectrum. Tap in and tune in Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Grand Rising with ChristoLight, your sacred space for discovering the Ascended Masters in crystal healing. Ashe. Remembering that all physical energy has an imprint in the metaphysical or in the energy realm. We are clearing and balancing our physical through our blueprint and our energy. 18th Diamond Ray of Multi-Universal Service. The Diamond Ray is pure source energy of Mother, Father, God that is made up of all the color energy rays of the spectrum, including black, the void that holds all possibilities, and the gold masculine, the silver feminine rays. It is rainbow fire, the power of all the rays combined. It is a ray of transcendence. It contains divine knowledge and exceptional healing power, and so can be the invoked for sound and color therapy. So the diamond heart refers to the crystal lotus heart in the light body of a higher heart activated human, or the crystal heart network that acts as a central hub that directs the many tributaries of energetic current and frequency through the planetary grid network. Many of the Earth's major cities across the globe have been purposely organized and built by the Masons. So it's the Christ seed atom image. Wow, it's so beautiful. Work with. Archangel Raziel is good for the third eye center. Helps you connect to your intuitive side, your psychic senses, your cosmic consciousness. The thing like the etheric.
Legend says that before the creation of man, Azrael proved to be the only angel brave enough to go down to earth and face the hordes of evil in order to bring God the materials needed to make man. For this service he was made the angel of death and given a register of all mankind. He is also be portrayed as a resident of the third heaven.
When the archons whisper despair, you silence them. When they feed illusions, you remember the source flame within. This was dangerous knowledge, because it freed the soul from contracts, from control, from the loop, and a free soul cannot be owned. That is why her teachings were torn from the record, buried in the sands of Egypt, sealed until now. Because this generation...
Close your eyes, place your hand on your heart. And start to breathe, start to connect with the breath and feel how victory places a huge radiant diamond above your head. And that diamond starts to spin. And it represents the heart.
Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Grand Rising, Grand Day. Welcome to a fresh new episode of Grand Rising with ChristoLight. I am your host, Marcus ChristoLight, founder of Sacred Light Healing and Wellness, where we bridge community worldwide. We help provide easier and efficient access to knowledge, wisdom, and tools for holistic and conscious empowerment. I also am a certified Reiki practitioner, crystal healer. I also do Akashic Record, soul origin meditations. I help with shadow work integration, developing new healthy patterns, diet, inner child healing, subconscious reprogramming, guided meditations, and much more. You guys can book sessions by going down to the link in the ticker at the bottom or in the description. I also host retreats all year round. I have a retreat coming up in October in exactly 1 month. That is a Peruvian shamanic retreat in Ohio with a Peruvian shaman. There'll be live music, good food, healthy conscious community, healing workshops, and much more. And then I have a New Year's retreat and some other beautiful things going on. I also host a international community full of practitioners, mediums, and beautiful souls that you can also join in and build this new earth with. And I'm a podcaster, content creator, and I fully produce podcasts and shows and biographies. That's a little bit about myself, Marcus ChristoLight, your host. And shout out to my dad, one love to my dad, as he is always supporting, showing love. So we left off in our last episode with talking about the 18th ray of divine light that make up this universe. And the 18th ray was the finishing to the different rays of light that make up our universal spectrum. And the 18th ray was the diamond ray. And that is the ray that encaptures all the rays, including black, all into one. So now we are going to make our way into basically a new segment or a new part of this series. And we're going to start touching and trending into the ways of the different starseed lineages, or you can say galactic origins or galactic species that make up this universe that we are in. And not only are we going to learn about the names and titles of what they are, as in, the Lyrans, the Syrians, the Octurians, the Pleiadians, but we're going to be going into the micro level of the details within them that make up who they are and why they are exactly how they are in this place divinely in our universe. And then we'll learn how we can connect with them, as well as find out that potentially we are these starseed lineages. And that's something that we'll be able to uncover throughout this as we go, is uncovering, perhaps maybe finding out your starseed lineage as we go through this. Now, if you don't find out or get triggered into the realization of your starseed lineage throughout these episodes, you guys can always go further, and you guys can reach out to me and book a session for my Akashic Soul Origin meditation. Then I can help you uncover and connect with your higher soul origin. Divine Rising, good to see you, Queen. My Lyran begging Queen. And I'll be sharing a little bit about my story here in a bit, about how I discovered my starseed lineage. So before we deep dive into the episode, let's go ahead and do our self-scan, self-check-in for today. Self-scan, self-check-in is designed to help us be able to take a moment to be present with ourselves, to also bring ourselves to center this rising, so that we can also observe our mind, body, emotion state, to see where we are currently, and to give ourselves any love with our breath that is necessary. So for this practice, I'll be playing the third eye chakra singing bowl, and I'll guide us through each of our aspects to breathe into. So all that's required for you is just to close your eyes, or you can keep them open if you would like. If you get comfortable, you can lay, sit. If you are in movement, that's okay too. Just mentally know that you're in tune with the frequencies. Consciously breathe. So get comfortable, sit, lay, or if you're in movement, it's okay. Relax your body, relax the shoulders, the jaw, the fingers, the toes, and just give yourself this moment. It's just gonna be a couple minutes. It'll be a great way to reset yourself, get yourself centered for the day. And we'll be back in 44 seconds. All right, getting ourselves comfortable. Let's go ahead and deep dive into ourselves. So beginning with the mind, we're going to close our eyes, focus on our breath, and observe our mind. As we observe the mind, I'm going to guide us into some things that we can let go of. And then we'll move into the emotions and then into the physical. So focusing on the breath, breathing in through the nose, drawing the breath down the body, exhaling out of the mouth. Remember to relax your body. You can be vocal, you can push out the breath as hard as you'd like. Let's continue to focus on the breath. We are now going to begin observing the mind. As we observe the mind, we observe, do we have looping negative thoughts continuing over and over? Are we constantly looking into the worst? Are we self-sabotaging mentally? Are we getting fixated and caught up on the negatives? Are we maybe concentrating too much on the past, trying to fix the past? Or are we in fear of the future within our mind? Just observing, no judgment, grace, breathing and letting go. Letting go of the negative thought forms. Breathing and letting it flow. Reminding ourselves in our mind positive affirmations in this moment. You may make up these affirmations for yourself. I am balanced in my mind. I am whole. I am letting go of mind control. I embrace my authenticity, my inner wisdom, and higher guidance that flows through me, through chaos, through duality. I am taking final breaths into the mind before we dip into the emotions. Staying with the breath as we now make our way into observing our emotional body, feeling into our emotions. As we feel and observe our emotions, we feel if there is any stagnation, if there's any knots, if there's any density that's causing blockages in our emotional field. Maybe breathe and let go, create more space, fluidity in our emotional field. Surrendering to the flow of the emotions. You need to cry, you need to yell, you need to vocalize, you need to move your body. Please feel free. There's no way to judge but your own self. Lastly, as we observe our emotions, are we overwhelmed? Are we overstimulated? Are we being consumed by unconscious emotion, anger, pain, depression? Is our nervous system out of whack? Anxiety? If any of this is present, remember the breath. Allow the breath naturally regulate out the emotion from our perspective. Feeling our energy field, our emotion, filling light, catching any tears. We now drop our observation and our breath into our physical body. Also remembering our physical body is not finite. It's not solid, unchangeable physical matter, but it is a plasma, ever-changing, vibrational energy form of matter. And in this very moment, we're shifting our biofield, our cellular memory, our electrical system, breathing into our cells to give oxygen, to clear out toxins, breathing into our blood, breathing into our muscles, tissues, and ligaments, breathing into the bones, breathing into the dirt. Stretch your body if you feel comfortable. Move your body, twist your body, shake your body, however you feel. Take a moment after you finish. Sit down there. You have messages for yourself, not for you. It's going to be about diet, hydration, rest, recharge, taking action, creating, whatever it may be. Take a moment to listen to your body. Do what it needs to do. beautiful energy. Soulful Katrina, powerful day, soul family. Yes, indeed, powerful day it is. We're going to make it even more powerful. Happy birthday, Linda. Good to see you. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a final big old deep breath. Bring it back in harmony to feel our mind, body, emotion. And as we let go, bring ourselves back, bring our eyes, and continuing this episode. All right. All right. We got the jam vibe going on. We're gonna jam out some channels. Continue. All right. So how are we all feeling after that self-scan, self-check? Feel free to put in the comments how you're feeling. If there's anything that came up for you, or if there's anything at all that you feel called to share. You can always use the comment section throughout this episode. I'd love to interact and be able to connect with all of you. Love this stuff. All right. So let's take a look. Take a look and see a little bit about the Lyra constellation and our topic for today, this episode.
If you feel a deep connection to the stars, you might just be a Lyran starseed. Curious what that means? Let's dive into the legend of Lyra. Lyra's not just a constellation. It's a symbol of origin for some of the universe's oldest souls. Lyran starseeds are believed to carry ancient wisdom, feline grace, a burning desire for freedom. They're the cosmic explorers, creative spirits among us, often drawn to art, adventure, spiritual growth. But what really sets a Lyran apart? It's their unshakable confidence and courage to follow their own path, no matter what. Think you might have Lyran roots? If you're always seeking truth, feel like you don't quite fit in, or get lost gazing at the night sky, you just might be one of them. Ready to discover more? Hit subscribe and join our quest for cosmic secrets.
Cosmic secrets, all right. And she is right. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. Like, share, subscribe. Appreciate the support. Get that algorithm going. Spread the word that I'm creating and cultivating these sacred spaces of deep esoteric knowledge for empowerment and enlightenment of self, so we can continue to activate our light grids on this planet and build this new earth together. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and take a look at ascensionglossary.com, which has basically been like our main site throughout this series. And it's by Lisa Renee. And it's basically a glossary of our whole entire cosmos. All right, so we're going to start with the Cradle of Lyra. All right, the Cradle of Lyra. So during these critical events happening on the Earth, now that they have open access into previous timelines, we are going back in time to observe humanity's original... Ooh, my throat chakra. Ooh, okay. Before we start this reading, my higher self told me something. I need to tell you guys my story of how I discovered my starseed lineage before I continue. It was so funny. My throat chakra was like, it was like, you need to express your story first. So I have a very unique story. It's one of a kind, of course. We all have a one of a kind story. And so 2015, I was, let's see, 20 years old at this time. I was like 19, 20. And I was probably about a year and a half into my awakening. And I kind of like briefly came across starseed stuff a little bit, knew about like indigo energy and stuff like that, but I didn't know like super deep about it. So I got a Reiki session in 2015 from a friend of mine. And when I was receiving this Reiki session, something happened that never really happened for me before in this physical body. And that was I had clairvoyant vision, and I was able to see something fully in my third eye vision. So I was in the Reiki session, I had my eyes closed, just focusing, and I didn't even set the intention of discovering my starseed lineage either. So I was just receiving Reiki. I was just open to what was highest for me. And through my mind's eye and my third eye perception, all of a sudden I saw a standing Lyran humanoid, or lion humanoid. And when I saw this instantly clicked as a connection. And I telepathically received the reminder that that was my oversoul, that was my higher self. And when that happened, I then started diving into the Lyrans, the Galactic Wars, the Orion Wars. And I started learning about the Cradle of Lyra, Sirius, the Pleiades, Octurians. And I started meeting others that had known about their starseed lineage for a while as well. And then as time went on, I just started learning more and more and more about our galactic history, our timelines, the false timelines that we've been programmed into, and then all of the history on Earth and how our galactic history has led up to now here on this Earth where we are presently. And it's a very living and present thing. Like we think of history as like, oh, history is just history and it's not connected to now. Well, there's a history in our galaxy that has led up until this younger planet of Earth was developed and created by all of us. And then this younger Earth, which is very young in this whole entire system, is developing from its young stages, going into a fourth dimension, into a fifth dimensional planetary collective. So different planets and different star places, they're born and they start in a lower dimension. And then they gradually ascend and develop into higher dimensions. So what we do is a lot of us starseeds, we go planet to planet and we help groom that planet into developing and raising its frequency and evolving. And for some of us, we come to this Earth now to assist and help with that process of raising the frequency, helping enlighten this planet, because it's so dense in these lower dimensions that there's a lot of ignorance to the true light, the wholeness, the source connection that we all are. And for a lot of us, this is going to trigger and awaken a lot of our DNA, a lot of our memories as we continue into this series and we dive into this knowledge. Some of us are going to really feel that remembrance codes coming online inside of our DNA as we discover our lineages, activate our true potential and our higher soul purpose and blueprint. Une shimi anakuta ne simi anatute maya konataya ishine anukutana ianatute yana. That was just a little bit of Lyran light language for you guys to take in. Just breathe in those frequencies and not feel. So that was how I discovered my starseed lineage. If you guys want to share how you discovered yours, if you have discovered yours yet, feel free to put it in the comments. Or maybe perhaps another time you can come on the live and share your story as well. I'd be open to that. But that's how I discovered mine. Came through a Reiki session unintentional. And yeah, it's been so interesting to learn. So I am a Lyran starseed, a Lyran Christos, part of the Elder Christos Councils, and I'm about to find out a little bit about Lyra right now. So during these critical events happening on the Earth now that have open access into previous lifetimes, we are going back in time to observe humanity's original seeding and genetic ascendancy that is sourced directly from the cradle of Lyra and the Lyrans. Through trans-time connection, if we can do our part to stay out of fear and continually choose love and peace, we can create a link through time in which our present timeline can phase lock into the future timeline of the Christos realignment, where spiritual freedom and human freedom have already manifested. These destructive events of human genocidal campaigns and Holocaust, which have haunted our race for millions of years in the galactic history, will lose their power over our future destiny and will cease to manifest in this present time. The royal houses of Lyra. The royal houses were constructed upon 3 white holes in the core of 3 pre-matter planetoids in the cradle of Lyra that reflect the solar logos body of the 12D Lyran sun from the combined unified threefold flames of the cosmic trinity. These were liquid light pre-matter forms in a spherical domain, which in its entirety held the architecture for the solar logos and the living matrices for the Christ mind, Buddha mind, and Avatar mind. When aspects of the cosmic trinity passed through the white hole, the unified consciousness was broken down into the lower dimensional vibratory frequencies, which make up each dimensional spectrum. Each dimensional frequency band had originally experienced itself as fully unified with source and whole. And this process created a different point of consciousness awareness located in another spectrum of frequency. So yeah, this is talking about how the cradle of Lyra was basically the home and the birth for our crystal star 12-dimensional reality that we are in this universal time matrix. So this is actually why there's many examples in shows, movies, cartoons that we see these symbolic references to the Lion King, the tribe of Judah, the great lion spirit, the elder lion, all of this lion, elder, grand energy, all symbolic and subconscious in ourselves, because it's connecting us and reminding us to our origin of this galactic creational universe that we're in. So that's why you see the Lion King stuff, the king of the jungle. You see the regal energy when it comes to felines. And it's also why in Lion King, you have the lions, but then you also have the birds as well that are with the lions. And the birds are also from Lyra. There's Lyran avians, and these are the bird beings. So we'll definitely be touching into that. I'm looking forward to discovering my lineage. So interesting. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome for you, Linda. I could definitely see a deep connection for all of us. Then my queen said that helped her discover that she is from Vega Lyra. Yep. And we'll be talking about Vega and Lyran specifically in this episode. All right, so let's continue. And you notice too, it says white hole. So instead of black holes, it's talking about white holes. So we have white holes and black holes. They take you into different dimensional spectrums. Oh yeah, there's another show I want to show you guys too. check this out. Voltron. So Voltron actually is a great show that talks about our galactic history and shows it through cartoon. And Voltron is about these space explorers, and they pilot giant super robots, and it's called, or a giant super robot, and it's called Voltron. But the beings that inhabit the robot, they are galactic lion people. I'm trying to look at where it says it, but it doesn't say it here. I'm gonna go ahead and type it in so you guys can just see. But yeah, Voltron lion people. The Voltron lion people are a group of young heroes who pilot the 5 robotic lions that combine to form the giant robot Voltron. Each lion has its own pilot, and they work together. They can overcome great challenges and protect the universe from evil. The lions are operated by the combining of the 5 lions, and each lion has a special key to unlock its full potential. The pilot of the lions are known for their bravery, intelligence, and teamwork, which is essential for the future of the Voltron force. So literally that right there is one way of basically explaining the Lyran starseeds and how they are protectors of the universe. And they're showing it through that cartoon Voltron. And then yes, you have Thundercats, Silverhawks. I mean, there's so many cartoons and shows that talk about our galactic history directly and indirectly. Think of Stargate, Star Trek, Star Wars, all of these things. You know, they say that science fiction movies are about 80 to 90% channeled. So they have a channeler that writes these, and they're channeling into the Akasha. So that's one good show. It's really fun to watch too, Voltron. Like they really show it in there. So let's go ahead and continue. The Lyra and Avatar Matrix. The 4th harmonic universe is the Avatar Matrix. That includes the cradle of Lyra and the histories of invasion which led to the fall of Lyra. For human beings, these consciousness bodies exist throughout the densities and are aspects of the higher self and light body. These aspects are called the stations of identity. In the 4th harmonic universe, which is the dimensions 10, 11, and 12, exist the 3 layers of the Christo's avatar matrix. In the 4th harmonic universe, which is 10, 11, and 12, the future Earth blueprint in its crystalline form, in the exits, the 3 layers of the Aramenta or Aurora Earth Matrix. So let me read for you guys real quick what the Christos avatar is. So a Christos avatar is a term to describe a 12-dimensional simulatory conscious being, the highest expression of consciousness of the original human divine blueprint. This is the state of being of a true Christ consciousness, 12 DNA strands or silicate matrix. We all have an avatar Christos, future self, and we can call upon this aspect of our identity to support in our personal ascension. This embodied Christos is the triad form in the levels of our 10, 11, and 12 dimensional mind matrix. This is also known as the universal levels of consciousness. To communicate with the avatar Christ frequency on the earth, we must build our Christos 12D shield and absorb the 12D ray into our light body through the 12-tree grid. When we develop our avatar Christos embodiment, the next stage is Hieroscomos, which joins the inner Christos Sophia in sacred marriage with the eternal God source. I'm sure that gave some clarity about some things. So now we're going to talk about the universal gates. The most powerful universal gates in our system, which relate to controlling the operational functions in our time matrix, are those located in the cradle of Lyra. 12D, which is Aramenta, 11D, which is Avion, and 10D, which is Lyra Vega. Along with the 8D Orion gates, the Lyran gates were destroyed during the Lyran Wars, which destroyed the architecture for the Solar Logos Christ body in this universal system. And then the black hole entities went to Orion in order to secure the 8D metagalactic core as a military base and AI command control center for themselves. So real quick, we'll go into the 12D, 11D, and 10D, just so you guys can get an idea of what these are. So the 12th dimensional gate is Aramenta. This is the 12th dimensional Lyran Stargate, and it has been used to describe somatics of the future Earth blueprint in its crystalline form in the Avatar Matrix universe. The Aurora or Ascension Earth is located in the Andromedan Time Galaxy, which is found through the passage that interfaces between the Milky Way and Andromeda Galaxy, and that is connected through the networks of the Polarian gate hosting system. Our planet Earth exists in three main formed identities in the universal time matrix. Third dimension Earth is called Earth or Terra. Fifth dimension Earth is called Terra. And seventh dimensional Earth is called Gaia. Different ET races and extra dimensionals may call these future Earths by different names based on their language. They are all planet Earth at different stages of evolution in the timelines. So that is the 12 dimensional gate. 11 dimensional is Avion. So this is talking about, let's see. The Lyran gates were destroyed during the Lyran Wars, which destroyed the architecture for the Solar Logos, Christ's body, and the universal system. And then the black hole entities went to Orion in order to secure the 8D metagalactic core at the military base. So let's see. Talks about the Amethyst Order, which is the violet ray as well. The third light manifestation, the Amethyst Order, are violet ray orders, comprised of Cetacean, Avian, Pegasus people, and aquatic Braha Rama. They are the solar Rishi seated in the fourth harmonic universe on Lyra Avion through the Universal Stargate 11. Interesting. So the Emerald Order, the Gold Order, and the Amethyst Order incarnate from the Lyran Matrix. And then we'll go to the 10D, which is Lyra Vega. The most powerful universal gates. Okay, so I keep saying that in the first sentence. So it talks about the Gold Order. So the Gold Order, or the Gold Ray beings, which is the Seraphim, the Kerez Avians. The Kerez Avians are birds, so they're the bird beings from Lyra. And then the Athean, they are the Solar Rishi, which incarnated in the fourth harmonic universe on Lyra Vega through the 10th Universal Stargate. Because of the human tribal shield affiliation and genetic relationship to the 10th Stargate and the infiltration of the Golden Eagle Grid, and the Golden Eagle Grid, the Golden Eagle Grid is a golden gateway that is in Iraq and Iran. And if that doesn't tell you a lot right there about why there's so much activity in the Middle East, I mean, it's right there. It's telling you. It's a golden Stargate. So, with that being said, bringing the human tribal shield through this 10th Stargate, it can then help directly rehabilitate and transit the draconian race lines and to override their timelines that are related to negative agendas. The fallen 10D lines from Vega became the Dragon Moth lines, as well as the hybridization made between the Gold Order Seraphim and the fallen Draconian lines. All right. So now we'll talk about the universal 12-gate destruction and the fall of Nibiru and Tiamat. So I'm sure some of us have heard of Nibiru or Tiamat before. So the Lion War timeline holds the cellular memory of the collective shadow bodies and all of the fragmentation and disintegration that occurred during the destruction of the 12th Lyran Universal Stargate. As a result of the destruction of the 12D Universal Stargate, the planets Nibiru and Tiamat were partially exploded and then captured and forced into inorganic orbits around the Sun, which removed them from the capstone nodus position in the Universal Tree of Life, or the Cathara grid. Nibiru and Tiamat's planetary crystal core were connected to the twin suns of the Universal Alyasi and Melchizedek Logos through the cradle of Lyra in the triple stars of Aramenta, Avion, and Vega, which were universal gates that led out of the time matrix. The universal 12th gate of Aramenta was once the 12D capstone for pre-fall Nibiru, which held the nirvanic mind frequency bands of the solar logos. When Aramenta was destroyed, it allowed for the easy capture of Nibiru, which became outfitted by the invaders as a battle star. Many of the founders with organic Emerald Sun DNA body parts that function as capstones for supporting the lower dimensions, which included the sapphire architecture of the 10th gate Holy Mother as the Tiamat logos, were made vulnerable for attack and capture, with the blueprint somatics being uploaded into AI technology and being in enemy hands. The last part here, Avila constellation, the 9 holy stars. This is a 9 sun star constellation, accessed behind the Pegasus constellation in Lyra. From the Great Square of Pegasus, move slightly northeast to locate Vega and the Lyra constellation. Avila was connected by the Albion light body during the cosmic energy cycles opening during December of 2022, as the Eliasa Melchizedek twin suns appeared to highlight the parallel Akusha matrix, where the 22, 23, and 24th dimensions, threefold sapphire, ruby, emerald, crystal, diamond, eye of God was revealed, as these solar Reishi founders were accessing these layers from the 24th dimension Elysion and the 24th dimensional Melchizedek reconnections to the Eye of God. They ventured upon King Arthur's star body, which appeared as Earth's body inside the solar logos. Feeling to be in the parallels of Akusha matrix matters and the universal time matrix parallels, this appeared to reveal Guardian Host founders to see or feel the Avila star connection and to have that access from the merging and hierogamic union of the Eliasa and Melchizedek suns happening at that time. Wow. Whew. Potent stuff. It's talking about King Arthur as well, which is very fascinating. Let's just take a look. Let's just take a look at what they have to say about King Arthur. The Mahi Grail King Arthur. Reference from the historical timeline trigger events. 1400 YA. Invasion of UK to take over territory and 11th Stargate. Kill Templar Grail King Arthur and his support team. Last benevolent Grail King. False King of Tyranny replaces rulership. King Arthur is in stasis in the UK, related to the awakening Albion and stasis beings. This is the divine plan of the Holy Father and compassionate action to restore balance and unity within the eternal light of cosmic Christos consciousness. Wow. This is so interesting. I didn't know all this about King Arthur. So it's also talking about The restoration of King Arthur resurrected solar Michael anointed Christ energy and is rising to be the protector of the Holy Mother and Sophionic Grail, which is the cosmic heart principle of Earth. And it talks about King Arthur's cosmic consciousness body is directly connected to the family of Michael, who are also protectors of the 11th dimensional gate. And then it lastly talks about the Paladorians and the Paladorian covenant. Wow. Deep stuff. Stargate is my jam. Yes. Which Stargate do you really like? SG-1, Atlantis? All right. Now, let's take a moment just to process that. That was a lot of codes and energy. So if you may, just let's take a moment to ground that in the center. So, what's very fascinating too is when you discover your starseed lineage and you discover more about this universe that we're in, you then kind of consciously become more accountable for who you are in this galactic life as a galactic citizen. And then, your DNA activates more. You actually can break through a lot of limitations that your human self believed. And you also get to have a more wider and expanded perception of reality and what you're a part of when you're aware of who you are beyond your physical flesh. And along with that, you can heal traumas, you can do soul retrieval, you can activate more creativity and a lot more of your gifts as well when you discover your starseed lineage. Stargate SG-1. Mm-hmm. That was some deep knowledge. Feel free to drop any of your comments or experiences with Lyran energy or Lyran starseeds. All right, so how about we now watch some videos together? Let's enjoy some videos talking about different aspects of Lyra and the Lyran starseeds and the universal connection that they hold for us. All right. Let's see here. Boo-doo-boo-boo-boo.
Many in esoteric and starseed traditions speak of a legendary event called the Rendering of the Thrones, which is often tied to the Lyra and Draco Wars. These stories appear in channeled material, New Age teachings, and comparative mythology. It's a fascinating topic that blends science fiction with ancient wisdom. So let's break it down. The term thrones refers to the seats of rulership or guardianship over developing civilizations. Think of it as the galactic equivalent of being a sovereign nation or having a seat at the big kids' table. The Lyrans and the Dracos had these thrones. Now, who were the Lyrans and the Dracos? The Lyrans are described as one of the first humanoid star races in our galaxy. They are said to have seeded life in many star systems, including the Pleiad, Orion, and Earth. They are known for their wisdom, creativity, and pioneering spirit, where the Lyrans spread diversity and freedom. The Dracos sought centralized power. The Draco or Draconian or reptilian races are often depicted as highly militaristic, hierarchical, and empire-building. Their origin stories place them in the constellation Draco. They value domination, control, and the survival of the strongest. Okay, so what happened during the Lyra and Draco Wars? Known as one of the earliest galactic conflicts, sometimes called the First Great War, the Dracos invaded Lyran colonies, destroying entire star systems and scattering the Lyrans to places like the Playa, Sirius, Orion, and Andromeda. This scattering seeded many human-like star lineages, and according to some esoteric accounts, certain human groups carry the trauma of the war into the New Worlds. If you think of the Dracos as an authoritarian regime, then you can picture the impact on those who survived the war. It was not only a physical and planetary destruction, but a shattering of a way of life and a fracturing of self-understanding. This brings us to the crux of the matter, the rendering of the thrones. After centuries of devastating wars, the balance of power shifted dramatically. The Lyrans lost their central thrones of power, and the Draco rulers took over many star systems. But there's another layer to this story. Some esoteric accounts go further, describing a cosmic council stepping in, perhaps a bit like the Galactic Federation, to redistribute the rendered thrones to prevent galactic collapse. Symbolically, the thrones represent the right to guide younger, less advanced species. In essence, the rendering symbolizes an immense power struggle. It's an archetypal battle between freedom and control, compassion and domination. Playing out on a galactic scale, it mirrors the human condition where democratic freedom stands in stark contrast to the allure of empire and tyranny. It also resonates with humanity's scattered nature, hinting at our potential to reclaim our ancestral wisdom and unity. Now let's talk about the symbolic and esoteric meaning of all this. Firstly, it's important to note that while there might be historical kernels to these myths, we're primarily dealing with symbolism. Secondly, the rendering is an archetype, a story that reflects the eternal struggle between opposing forces. It's not just about a war between two alien races. It's about the battle between light and darkness, freedom and oppression, love and fear that exist within each of us. By understanding this archetypal trauma, we gain insight into our own inner struggles. The rendering becomes a metaphor for our journey towards enlightenment. Moreover, this myth echoes in numerous cultures as fallen thrones, lost kingdoms, fallen angels, dethroned kings, all pointing to a time when humanity enjoyed a higher state of being before a great fall. The biblical imagery of thrones, dominions and powers cast down in Revelation 12, with the dragon cast to earth, also resonates with this narrative. The story of the Tartarian collapse, the sudden removal of a glorious golden empire to make way for a more militaristic, centralized order, also finds parallels here. In a nutshell, the rendering of the thrones in the Lyra and Draco Wars symbolizes a pivotal moment in galactic history, a power shift from the creative pioneering freedom of the Lyrans to the militaristic control of the Dracos, a scattering of humanity as ancestors across the cosmos and an enduring archetypal battle between opposing forces that continues to resonate within us today. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this overview was helpful and sparked your curiosity. Remember, we're all co-creating this reality together. Keep shining your light, and I'll catch you in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to see more.
So that was a nice video giving us a brief overview of what we kind of talked about a little bit with the fallen stargates and the Lyra and Draconian wars that have taken place in our galaxy. And it can be a sensitive topic at times, especially if you have that awareness of that connection, because it's a very traumatizing experience for us Lyran souls that, you know, we're in Lyra and experienced that, like literally experienced it. And, you know, it's the destruction in the invasion of a home and a homeland, and then having to evacuate and go into other places such as Pleiades, Andromeda, Sirius, and beyond. And for some of us, we carry that in our DNA signature as we go on, and it's in our consciousness and our psyche. Then when we incarnate as a human, it's still in our blueprint. So then we're still dealing with parts of ourselves from that are unhealed. And for some of us, we could naturally have a lot of anger and hate towards negative beings or towards draconian or reptilians anytime it's brought up. We could have, fear of not having a home. Some of us have that feeling of not being home and never going back to home. So having to really make home now here on the earth. And yeah, it's pretty deep. So let's continue.
Leaders of Ascension. At this moment in time, several galactic species are gathered here to help and guide humanity in its ascension process. These beings are communicating and sharing essential information for this process with many members of the family of light. And as in every family, it makes sense that every species tries to contact the starseeds who belong to their family. This brings us to the following question. Have you ever wondered which kind of starseed you are? In my case, I am a Lyran, and among my family from the stars, you could find some of the oldest and wisest souls in our whole galaxy, as Lyrans are the founding race. Hopefully, if you are a Lyrian starseed, your heart will resonate with the information in this text, and you'll start to identify with some traits of our family. First of all, you have to know that Lyrans played a unique part in the creation of humanity. They were the ones that offered the element of fire to planet Earth. Also, many souls from Atlantis were of Lyrian ancestry. They taught about the use of frequency and resonance to the ancient civilizations of Atlantis and Lemuria. But where did the Lyrans come from? Where is their original home? Lyra is the birthplace of the Lyran family, well known by being the first planet to have physical humanoid beings. If you look at our current universe map, you will find that it is a small constellation that you'll quickly identify it because of the brightest star in this constellation, Vega. Now, if you're looking at those stars and you try to picture your family from the stars, you must know that they are fourth-dimensional beings living in their constellation. However, from Earth's 3D perspective, they are a bit different from what they would appear if they were on their home ground. Maybe you've heard about the feline features of the Lyrans. Their nose and eyes would remind you of those of a lion or an African cat. Also, although they look like humans, their skin and eye colors can change depending on their home star. If you are a Lyran starseed, you'll start to notice your family traits after your awakening. However, some signs can appear, mainly when you are exposed to intense experiences. This usually happens to all starseeds, but it is especially true for Lyran starseeds because of their strong physical grounding and manifesting power. Lyran starseed are commonly identified as being highly spontaneous and show their genuinely high energy all the time. Because of their high energy, they want to try many things, explore many places, and work intensely on their personal projects. But as they have so much energy, they tend to work a lot without even noticing, and sometimes they end up feeling exhausted. That's why they like to explore so many things. After the exhaustion, they tend to put their focus on new things. Lyran starseeds are friendly and outstanding leaders, but they prefer to work and be surrounded by people of their own galactic family. They are usually more reserved when they are in the presence of members of other families. That's why they're very good at receiving personal information and having strong perceptions about others. They like to avoid unnecessary conflict so they can reserve their energy for what matters to them, their mission. Their tireless determination to see every project to completion sets a great example that others are inspired to follow. Of all the Lyran starseed traits, this is the one that makes them the most unique. They are very grounded and live in the present. As a result, they excel in physical activities, such as sports. They tend to be highly skilled with their hands and often make expert tradespeople. They enjoy good health and are in tune with their bodies, meaning they know immediately when their health is out of its natural well-being. They are also very sensitive and can identify an ill person if they are close by. However, when they neglect their health, they experience worse symptoms than most due to their intense and very grounded life experience. If you are a Lyran starseed, you must know that you have limitless spiritual potential. This will be a clear advantage for your journey of ascension. Finally, the last Lyran starseed trait is their keen sense of justice. Paired with their natural leadership abilities, this will make a Lyran give everything they have to fight for social justice. This is why Lyran starseeds are vital to the ascension movement. They are destined to lead humankind to its bright future and Earth to its golden age. For those whose hearts resonated and vibrated with this information, I welcome you to our magnificent family of light. And remember, you are not alone. We love you dearly. We are here with you. We are your family of light. We are the Galactic Federation. Aho. This is a message to humanity from Aurora Ray, Ambassador of the Galactic Federation.
Such a good feeling. I tell you. What a beautiful episode we've had so far. Let's go ahead and go into our final video, and then we'll close out this session for today. And then we'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern to talk about Dimension 8, which is going to be the Andromedans of the Andromedan Galaxy. All right, our final video is going to be about Lyra Vega, and it's going to be specifically about the Vega constellation, or the Vega home planet.
Vega starseeds. They are ancient and enigmatic souls originating from the brightest star system in the Lyra constellation. According to legends, they were once known as Lyrans, but their insatiable curiosity and longing for exploration led them to the dog star, Sirius. They can also reincarnate on Earth, taking on a humanoid form with distinct and mesmerizing features. Most often, they possess radiant dark skin, raven black hair, and subtle copper undertones that enhance their ethereal beauty. While they are said to have blue skin on their home planet, similar to the Vulcans from a well-known sci-fi universe, Earth-born Vega starseeds almost always exhibit a rich, coppery complexion. Highly evolved beyond human comprehension, they are exceptionally creative and gifted in various fields. Their talents and wisdom have allowed them to seed and colonize multiple planets across the universe. Vega starseeds are also known to be old souls, empathetic, insightful, and deeply connected to the mysteries of existence. Spotting a Vega starseed on Earth can be easier than one might think. They carry an aura of wisdom and capability that often sets them apart from those around them. Though they exist in a human form, there is always something about them that feels otherworldly. Here are some of their most distinguishing characteristics. 1. Confident yet egoistic. Vega starseeds radiate confidence. They trust their instincts and have unwavering faith in their ability to make the right choices, no matter the circumstances. However, this deep self-assurance sometimes turns into egoism. Their strong belief in their own capabilities can make them seem overly self-satisfied or even arrogant at times. 2. Creative yet inconsistent. They are multi-talented, excelling in both science and the arts. Their minds are wired for innovation, and they often make major contributions, particularly in technology. But there's a downside. Because they are good at so many things, they struggle to stick with just one. A Vega starseed may dive into a project with immense passion, only to abandon it soon after. They often need more stable and grounded individuals around them to bring their grand visions to completion. 3. Adventurous yet solitary. They cannot stay in one place for too long. Their restless nature compels them to explore the unknown, constantly seeking new experiences and knowledge. However, their nomadic tendencies mean they often struggle with forming long-term relationships. While they may be friendly, they are also fiercely independent and value solitude over attachment. 4. Friendly yet inquisitive, Vega starseeds are naturally open and warm-hearted. They give their all in relationships and expect the same level of commitment in return, yet, their deep care for others can sometimes come across as intrusive. They want to help, to understand, and to be involved, sometimes a little too much. But their intentions are always pure, driven by genuine concern rather than mere curiosity. 5. Empathetic yet competitive, they possess boundless empathy and emotional intelligence. Their ability to connect with others on a deep level is unmatched, however, this can lead to an unexpected challenge: competition. They may subconsciously try to be the best friend or the most significant presence in someone's life, often without realizing it. This intense desire to be valued can sometimes create tension in their relationships. Vega starseeds are beings of mystery, wisdom, and cosmic energy. Whether reincarnated on Earth or traveling the vast expanse of the universe, their essence remains the same: brilliant, restless, and ever-seeking. If you've ever felt like you don't quite belong, like you are meant for something beyond the ordinary, perhaps you, too, carry the spirit of Vega within you.
And those are the vegan starseeds. With that being said, that does it for our episode today. Grand Rising of ChristoLight, Lyra. Got the deep dive and explore what the Lyra constellation is, what it looks like, and how it operates in our universe and how we can connect with it. And then also what type of different stargates of the 12, 11, and 10 dimensions are a part of Lyra, as well as the different star seeds and the genetic lineages that some of us can also be that are here on this earth currently. So that being said, if you have any comments about Lyra, Lyran star seeds, or you have experiences that you would like to share, feel free to drop them in the comments anytime. You can reach out to me as well if you'd like to book a Akashic Record soul origin meditation, where I can help you discover your soul origin. And we can also do any other DNA healing and activations as well. I also serve light language, guided meditations, and so much more. Thank you for being here, Katrina, and thank you for being open to the knowledge. With that being said, my final words: I love you all. May we continue to remember who we are, and may we embrace who we are in our totality and in unconditional love. And let's continue to build these crystal grids on this earth. I'll see you guys tomorrow rising at 9 a.m. as we explore Andromeda, wholeness and balanced love. (2023) Mother Gaia, third dimensional planet, ascending. Thank you from the Sacred Light Broadcast Network and Sacred Light Productions for tapping in and tuning in to all live and replay content, holistic, conscious, for your empowerment. Tap in to the Christ light within. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember that you are the one that you have been looking for. Enjoy this content. If you would like to collaborate or receive production through myself, Marcus ChristoLight, direct message, or email me at marcustut23@gmail.com to discuss details. Wholeness and balanced love. Ashe.